My alarm didn't wake me up at AM for work. The beep 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 of a tow truck backing into my driveway at 2:13 a.m. did. I ran outside in my boxers and a t-shirt. It was 38 degrees in Colorado in March. My breath was fogging. There was a flatbed tow truck, lights flashing, already hooking up to my 2018 F250. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's my truck, I yelled. The driver didn't even look at me. He just pointed to a guy standing on the sidewalk with a phone out, filming. It was Dave Chen, our HOA's compliance officer. He's a retired accountant who treats our neighborhood like it's a military base. Dave said, "It's a commercial vehicle violation. Mike, Section 4.2, no commercial vehicles parked overnight in visible areas. It's been warned 3 times." It hadn't. I'd gotten one warning letter 6 months ago about my trailer, which I moved. This truck is my daily driver. It's got my company logo on the door, Henderson Remodeling. It's got a ladder rack. That's what made it commercial. I told him this was my driveway, not the street. I told him I had $32,000 worth of tools in the back, locked in toolboxes. I told him I had a job starting at AM. Dave just smiled. Should have read the rules. You can pick it up at a one towing in Castle Rock. Have a good night. They dropped the truck in neutral and winched it up. I watched my entire livelihood drive away into the dark. The whole thing took 4 minutes. I didn't sleep. I sat at my kitchen table and stared at the empty spot in my driveway where my truck should be. I'm not some big company. I'm me. I'm 34. I started Henderson Remodeling 3 years ago after I got laid off. That truck is my office, my warehouse, my billboard. Everything I own for work is in it. My Milwaukee tools, my miter saw, my levels, my contracts, my laptop. At AM, I called an Uber to get to a one towing. It cost me $78. They wouldn't release the truck until AM when the office opened, and they wanted $475 cash for the tow and storage. I called my client, Mrs. Peterson. She was the big one, a $94,000 whole kitchen and master bath remodel in Cherry Hills. We'd been planning it for 2 months. Demo day was today. My crew of 3 guys was meeting me there at 7. I told her I was having a truck issue and I'd be late. She was quiet. Then she said, "Mike, my husband and I talked. If you can't even get your truck to the job on day one, how are we supposed to trust you with a 3-month project?" "We're going to go with the other bid," I begged. I offered a discount. She hung up by AM. I finally got my truck back, $553 poorer. I drove straight to the job site anyway, hoping to salvage it. The other contractor's van was already there. They'd called him at 7:30. That wasn't the only one. I missed 2 other estimates that day because I had no tools to show clients. By Friday, 2 more clients had canceled, citing reliability concerns. Word travels fast in the suburbs. I sat down Sunday night and did the math. The Peterson job, $94,000 in gross revenue, about $28,000 in profit for me. The other 3 lost jobs, another $18,000 in profit, plus the tow, the Uber, the day of labor I paid my guys to stand around. Total damage, just over $47,000 in actual lost profit, but $94,000 in lost contracts. I went to the HOA meeting that Tuesday. I didn't yell. I brought a folder. I showed them the invoices. I showed them the cancellation emails. I showed them the photo of my truck in my driveway, not on the street. Dave Chen leaned back in his chair. "The CC and Rs are clear. Mike, commercial vehicles degrade property values. We have a duty to enforce." I asked him to show me where it says you can tow from a private driveway without notice. He flipped through his binder and pointed to a vague line about remedies for violations. Our HOA president, Karen Willis, chimed in. "Maybe you should get a normal job if you can't follow simple rules." The room chuckled. My neighbor didn't meet my eye. I went home and I didn't get mad. I got focused. I spent the next 3 nights reading Colorado law instead of sleeping. Colorado Revised Statutes 38-33.3-123. It's specific, and HOA cannot tow a vehicle from a private driveway without the vehicle owner's express consent, or without a court order, or unless it's blocking emergency access, period. They also must provide 72 hours written notice for any parking violation before a tow posted on the vehicle itself. They gave me 0 hours. They towed from my driveway. They broke 2 state laws. I also requested, via certified mail, the towing contract between our HOA and a one towing. 10 days later, I got it. A one towing is owned by Karen Willis's brother-in-law. The HOA was paying them $250 per tow and getting a $50 administrative kickback each time. It was a racket. I took all of it to a paralegal friend, not even a full lawyer. She helped me draft one document. It wasn't a lawsuit. It was an invoice. Invoice number 1 to Pine Creek HOA for unlawful towing and tortious interference with business contracts resulting in lost wages. Amount due $94,553.0, payable in 14 days. I had it notarized. I had it served by a process server in person to Karen at the next HOA meeting. She opened the envelope, read it, laughed out loud, and crumpled it up in front of everyone. Good luck collecting, contractor boy. See you in court. I picked up the crumpled paper off the floor, smoothed it out, and smiled. Perfect. I was hoping you'd say that. I didn't file in small claims. Small claims in Colorado maxes out at $7,500. I filed in county court for the full amount plus damages. Karen's first mistake was laughing. Her second was ignoring my certified letters. Her third was not calling her insurance. I didn't just sue for the $94,000. My paralegal friend helped me add a claim for tortious interference with prospective business advantage. It's a real thing. It means you intentionally screwed up my business deals and you knew it would happen. I had proof. I had the timestamp tow at 2:13 a.m. I had the email from Mrs. Peterson canceling at 7:48 a.m. that same morning, specifically citing my failure to arrive. I had the state law printout highlighted. I had the conflict of interest towing contract. Their HOA attorney called me 2 weeks later. He offered me $2,000 to make this go away. I told him I wanted three things. One, the full $94,553. Two, a written change to the CC&Rs banning towing from driveways. Three, Karen and Dave to resign from the board. He laughed just like Karen did. Discovery was ugly for them. I subpoenaed the HOA's bank records. In the last 2 years, they'd towed 47 vehicles, all from driveways, all at night, all by a one towing. The HOA had collected over $2,300 in kickbacks. That's fraud. I also subpoenaed the tow logs. My truck wasn't blocking anything. It was perfectly parked. The photos Dave took as evidence were time-stamped 1:58 a.m., 15 minutes before the tow. No notice was ever placed on my windshield. 2 days before trial, their insurance company got involved. HOAs have directors and officers insurance for exactly this. The adjuster took one look at my binder, which was now 3 inches thick, and offered $60,000. I said no. We went to court. It took 4 hours. I represented myself. I just told the story, showed the timeline on a big poster board, and played the doorbell camera video of my truck being stolen at AM. The judge was a no-nonsense woman in her 50s. She asked Karen one question: did you provide the 72-hour notice required by state law? Karen said, our rules supersede that. The judge just stared at her. Then she ruled. She awarded me $94,553 in lost contracts. She awarded me an additional $47,000 in punitive damages because the towing was willful, illegal, and done for financial gain. She also awarded me attorney's fees, even though I didn't have an attorney, which Colorado allows as pro se costs. Total judgment, $148,792. The HOA's insurance paid it, but their premium tripled the next year. To cover it, the HOA had to issue a special assessment to every homeowner in Pine Creek, $1,200 per house. I got 47 apology letters in my mailbox that month. Neighbors were furious at Karen, not me. Karen and Dave were forced to resign by a recall vote, 89-2. The new board immediately voted to ban all towing, fire a one towing, and rewrite the commercial vehicle rule to allow work trucks in driveways. Last week, I parked my brand new F250, which I bought with cash from the judgment, right in my driveway. It's got a bigger logo now. It says Henderson Remodeling, we sue HOAs. Mrs. Peterson actually called me last month. Her new contractor walked off the job. She asked if I'd take her kitchen remodel. I quoted her $104,000. She paid the deposit yesterday. Dave Chen now walks his dog on the other side of the street when he sees me coming. He doesn't film anymore.